YouTube. I'm going to go through here and I'm going to go back and forth because I do have some mediumship reads to do. And I also have some astrology reads to do. So I can tell you guys if there are any mediumship reads left. I didn't do very many. Thank you, Miss Joy. How are you, sweet pea? All right. So the mediumship reads are sold out for this evening. So you'd think I'd be a little better prepared, but I was answering messages and then realized, oh God, it's 8:15. Oh no, it's 8:15. All right. So I'm going to kind of go back and forth a little bit. So my first mediumship read this evening, there we go, is Amanda Navarro. So yeah. So, Amanda, I don't know if you're here or not. So, I'm just going to say so repeatedly tonight, I guess. So, I am streaming on YouTube. So, if you guys do miss your reading, I'm just going to go through them and I will have one of my gals put in who is who. Hopefully, YouTube will go ahead and do the automatic things. But anyway, Miss Amanda. So first of all, the guy that pulled up here, he pulled up the Arthur card upside down. And then the second thing I noticed is that he's very particular with the way he does things. I don't know if this is some OCD or no, it's an interesting form of OCD because like the numbers he pulled go forward and then backwards. It's interesting. It's like he will go way out of his way to go backward 2 steps to move forward 1. He overdoes everything. He's really stubborn. He's really specific with my heater about to kill me. I'm gonna die. Just kidding. So he's really specific with how he does things. He's specific with how he does things in a way that it's like infuriating to everybody around him. But what's interesting is that with drawing that Arthur card upside down, he doesn't see himself. He sees himself as like the anti-hero here. He doesn't see himself as the hero. He would like to, and I have a feeling that he did at one point, but he doesn't anymore. But this energy is almost, it's organized, chaotic, if that makes sense. So he showed me just the top of overalls. Just literally just the top. You know what I mean? Nothing, just the straps and the bib. That's it. But I don't think that they're actual people overalls because these are like a really bright blue and the material, I have a feeling this is on a teddy bear or something because they're super bright blue and the material is not material that you would see on a person. Okay. For some reason, I'm thinking about Paddington Bear, even though I know he has an overcoat and not overalls. I just saw like that part. Then I saw a Paddington Bear. So I don't know if he called you Little Bear or if he called you, I don't know what it is he calls. I feel like this is something that the two of you shared. There's some specific meaning to the bear. Thank you for all the gifts, love. I kind of have a feeling that there's a brain issue here. Towards the end of his life. So I don't know if this is Alzheimer's or dementia, but it's almost like he's very intelligent. He has a very specific way of doing things. He always comes right back around to things. He just does it a weird way, but it always ends up right. It's so weird. As I started talking about the brain issue and like a stroke or dementia or Alzheimer's, like right here in my jaw is this weird pain. It's almost like I can't talk. So I'm wondering if this isn't, it feels to me like something that would be a stroke wise, because it's almost like this doesn't want to work. And so as soon as I mention it, it goes away. That's how I know it's not me. I'm not having a stroke, but there's something here. So it's either a stroke or something that affected his jaw, something that affected here. And then there's like a red and white truck. It's almost like, I would say, a 70s model, you know, where it has the big white stripe down the side. Hi, baby doll. No, you don't need to be on my arm. It has a big square front, so I'm assuming it's a Ford. Because I had a friend growing up that had one who lived in front of us, but his was green and white. But what's interesting about him is he keeps showing me all these little tiny things, I guess, to be like, hey, this is who I am. This is me. This is me. But there's no message. Okay, let me back up, because that's not right. The message isn't like from him, as in like, I'm okay, whatever. When you guys get a mediumship read, when a medium does a read for you, the person is already telling you they're okay. They're already telling you that they're okay because they're coming through to say hi. They're okay. You don't need the medium to tell you that they said they're okay. You know they're okay. They're coming through to say hi. I've never really quite understood that. I see professional mediums. They don't do that. I don't do that. I've never done that. It is what it is. Not saying anything. I'm just saying what I'm saying. His message is more this. There's a lot of clocks here. Right time, right place. Right time, right place is what I keep hearing with these clocks. And they keep just layering on top of each other. Right time, right place. I feel like he's acknowledging that you have been, it's almost like you've been working for like 6 things at once. You've been working towards 6 goals at once, and you've been overwhelmed to the point that I think you're on the verge of being like, fuck this, I don't want to do this or this. Like, you're on the verge of giving a couple of them up. This is to tell you that everything has gone exactly how it's supposed to go. You have been in the right place at the right time every time. Even when you perceive this as a failure, you're in the right place at the right time. Don't stop. Don't stop. I keep feeling like that. It's so funny. It's like there's some nickname I want to call you, and I can't get it out of my face. I can't. It's like something he called you this. And I know that's very general. Why can't what happened? I'm curious. What's up with this? What happened with his throat? I don't know if Amanda's still here or not. And hopefully you can message me later after you hear this. I don't understand this. I don't understand what's up with the jaw, because it's almost like I can't make the word. So I'm really assuming that he had a stroke, because I want to say the word. I want to call you this nickname. And every time it gets to my mouth, it doesn't want to come out. And then it's like I want to cry, but it's happy tears at the same time. He saw a lot toward the end. And I think he tried to tell you this as well, but I don't think you understood what he was trying to say. I keep doing this, like squeezing the hand. Or I don't know if he used to squeeze your hand, whatever it is. I keep doing this, like trying to squeeze your hand. So I have a feeling he still does this. And I don't know if you feel this sometimes, like your hand's pulsing or somebody's squeezing it, but this is whoever this is. This is him. I don't know if this is your grandpa or your dad. I feel like it's more of a grandpa figure, but he's showing me sitting in one of those old, well, I say old. It's like the chairs. They're the ugly brown chairs that like every hospital, nursing home, everybody has. And it's like he kind of withered away there at the end. Like, and I don't know if the last time you saw him, he was sitting in this chair. Something is, it's like, so I see the chair, there's a big window back here behind it, and I see him looking at you as you come in the door. It's like, I'm going to see it through your eyes coming through the door. And what's up with the eyebrow? What's up with the eyebrow? Like, I keep laughing because it's like, I don't know if he had a couple of eyebrow hairs here that were white or something. If I keep doing this, I keep wanting to like pull them out, like these big eyebrow. I don't know what it is, but apparently it's funny because he thinks it's funny. Or if you have an eyebrow hair and he used to make funny, I don't know what it is, but no, they're his. They're his. Because as soon as I said that, it was like, no, that's wrong. Whatever these are, it's like there's two right here. It's kind of funny. So he's wanting me to reiterate again. Don't stop. You're in the right place at the right time every time, even the times you perceive as failing this, failing that, this didn't work, this didn't work. You're in the right place at the right time to move forward. So don't stop. Don't stop. I know you're overwhelmed and I know that it's a lot on you, but don't stop. Don't stop. Okay. So that was for Miss Amanda. Back. So now we're going to jump over here. And I should have already had this up. Sorry. So y'all get to watch me eat some blueberries. Y'all were in class this morning? You know I like blueberries. All right. I will say blueberries and pepperonis are not the greatest mix. Hey, Miss Amanda. Yes, that was yours. You were first on my list, girl. Catherine Mazel, you are first on my list for reads. That was very unladylike, and I'm sorry. Have you in there as Catherine. All right. So let's look at where your Saturn is right now. What's going on with your Saturn? So currently, Miss Kathy, your Saturn is in your 12th house. Not only is it in your 12th house, but the 12th house is closure, it's karma, it's endings, it's what's holding you back. Your Saturn currently is in retrograde in your chart. It is in Pisces. Everybody's Saturn is going to be in Pisces right now. It's just your chart. It's going to be in a different place. It's tied in with your communication and your sun. And right now, your sun and your communication are in Cancer, meaning Saturn is in a water sign. Both of those are a water sign. Karmically, you're fighting a lot of shit with your communication and with your emotions. Your emotions are almost taking over in some areas that normally they wouldn't take over. So let's talk about your communications first, because that's in your third house. So your third house is your mind, your communication. It is how you think about all of the situations. Hang on, I'm gonna crack. It's your Venus. It's not your communication. Sorry. It's your Venus, not your Mercury. I was like, wait, that doesn't have the little thingies on it. It's been a long day, y'all. It's been a long week. So I don't know if you can tell how swollen my arm is. You can kind of really bad right there. I went and got some more work done on my arm, and we had to skip around a lot yesterday. I was only able to sit for like 4 hours, and then I had to tap out. I got a little ill. So I've been still sick today just because we had to move so much. So excuse me for being not intelligent in the brain today. But Kathy, this is your Venus. So you are really, it's almost like you are overly concerned with your family, with your love life, with your marriage, with everything going on. Every bit of nurturing aspect of you are overwhelmed with right now because it's tied into your Saturn in that 12th house. Saturn's also tied into your sun sign, which currently resides in Cancer as well. This is in your 4th house, and this is your home, your family, your roots, etc. Meaning that's a double whammy. It's a double whammy. So right now, everything to do with your home life, with your family, with those people you care about, your friends, etc., anything that you feel you need to nurture and protect, you feel like you can't do enough with it. You can't do enough for these people, etc. And so it's frustrating you because it feels like you're working this way and then it's like that way. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just relax, because Saturn for you is in retrograde right now, meaning that it's going to feel like karmically you're moving backwards. Karmically, you're going to feel like you're moving backwards with your family, your friends, your home, etc. You're not. You're not. Okay? Let me look at something here. So what's interesting is Saturn was in Pisces when you were born. It just was not in retrograde when you were born. So that's why it feels backwards to you. So you've always been able to be this nurturing, over the top, care, love, mom figure for everybody. Right now, you feel like you're not in touch with it. Like, it's really funny. Your Saturn, when you were born, is almost perfectly in line with Saturn now. All of your other things are kind of in interesting places, but it's almost perfectly in line. Literally almost perfectly in line. So you feel like everything is backwards right now. It's really not, I promise. Okay? I promise. It's really not. So don't stress about it too much, babe, okay? Okay? I know that's hard to do. I know that's hard to do. So, that helped, Miss Kathy? See if I can get back over here. I have too many things open. I have too many things open. All right. Thank you, Miss Kathy. All right, Christina Datko, you're next, girlfriend. Really, I pulled your chart. Yeah. I pulled it enough that I have 2 charts for you. Imagine that. Woo! Are you here, Christina? There you are. It's hard for me to show you on here, but you need to jump over to YouTube. You need to jump over to YouTube because holy shit. I'll make sure it's showing. Yeah, it's showing. Okay. Holy shit. All of your lines are like squished in one spot except for your moon to your Mars. Oh, girly. Currently, right now, your Saturn is currently in Taurus. It's in your 10th house. Your 10th house is what governs your goals, your long-term structures, like the foundations you're putting in place, where you want to go. Also, your masculine aspect of you. Okay. Girl, it's literally tied in with 4 major things in your life. It's tied in with your Venus. It's tied in with your Mercury. It's tied in with your Jupiter. And it's tied in with where your sun sign sits right now, all of which are in Scorpio. All of which are in Scorpio. And then your moon, your emotions, are tied in with your Mars. Let me say this first. Nobody should fuck with Christina right now. Thank you, Ms. Marva. I love that. Thank you. Nobody should fuck with Christina right now because her communication is in Scorpio. Her Jupiter is in Scorpio, both in the 4th house. All 4 of these signs are in the 4th house. 4 is going to be your lucky number right now, Christina. Seriously, 4. And here's what's even funnier about the 4, okay? Your sun sign is sitting at 4 degrees in the 4th house. Your Jupiter is sitting at 43 degrees in the 4th house. I'm sorry, it's funny. So 4 is going to be a ruling number for you right now. Your communication and your personal power are through the roof right now. Now, because Saturn is in retrograde, you're going to feel like you don't have any personal power. You're going to feel like your words have no weight, your words have no meaning. But they do. They have a ton of weight to them right now. The other aspect is your Venus is in retrograde, meaning the things that you normally would nurture, the things that you normally would I wanted to say love, but that, you know what I'm saying? Like the normal things that you care about, the people around you, your family, your friends, etc., things that you would nurture, your love life. You just don't give a shit. Not only do you not give a shit, but you are in the Scorpio mode of I don't give a shit with it. The good thing is it allows you to knuckle down with this full moon that just started, the energy that just came in Virgo. It's great. It's great. So, it's great. Girl, use this to your advantage right now. Your personal power is in Scorpio. You just have to recognize that you have an amazing amount of personal power. Not only do you have an amazing amount of personal power, but your communication, your words have a fuck ton of weight. Okay? Use them for good, my friend. Use them for good. Sorry. It was funnier in my head. Well, it's funnier in my head. All right, let me figure this out. Why are you doing this? Okay, thank you. All right. What is this? Why is this doing this thing? Why is this the thing? Why is this the thing? It's being a shit. All right. So let me do Miss Bitsy Kiko because Bitsy is next on my mediumship list. Thank you guys for all the bears. You guys are going to hit my goal already. What the hell? Miss Bitsy, you here? Do I have subscriber chat only on? Yeah, 4 is definitely going to be your lucky number, girl. Whoa. Okay. Thank you, Crazy Crone. Thank you guys for all the gifts. I appreciate y'all are so sweet this evening. So the very first thing I notice about this is there's a lot of red, white, and blue here. The first thing that pulled up is he pulled up the Poet of Avalon card. It's red, blue. It's got some white in it. Then the next card is blue. The next card is red. The next card is red. The next card is blue. And then the very last card is an eagle. Actually, all of these cards, except for one, have wings, have flight symbolism in them. Multiple ones of them have a heart, and they have a home connection. Okay. So what's interesting too, it's like pulling teeth, trying to get information from him, trying to get me to tell him, trying to get him to tell me anything. It's funny because I get this feeling that like he's a very, very like an intensely funny person, very humorous, very okay. I see. I understand. I got it. Okay. He's showing me that he's a very proud person and that he doesn't let people in easily. But once you do get in, he is extremely warm, extremely funny, do anything for anybody. The eagle, I keep coming back to this. So I assume this is a military tie. The colors, the eagle, there's a lot of number 1 symbolism here, and home. So I'm assuming that this is a military tie. He keeps showing me like just little tiny snippets. It's so weird. Like, it's like this. Like, he expects me to be really sharp and on the ball. And I keep hearing kid. Like, you got it, kid. You do this, kid. Like, I keep hearing him say kid, like call somebody kid. But it's like he throws little things out, little zingers out, and you better fucking catch them, because if you didn't catch them, like, that's on you. But one of the things he showed me again, hang on just a minute. Miss Belkin. She is fascinated with the littles. And Zeus is a dick. Zeus is a dick. So you know who this is then, right, Bitsy? Because I see, yes, that's him. Okay, so you know who this is. Here's what he showed me. And I caught it in a snippet really quickly, okay? It's like he showed me sitting in a chair, and I don't know if this was a joke or like a personal joke. I don't know what was going on here, but it's like I see this belly, but it's like this. It's like disproportionately large. Like, there's no way humanly possible it could be like this, but it got bigger. It got like complete, like huge. I don't understand, but it was kind of funny. And I saw it for a second and then it was gone. And that's when I heard like, that's when I felt like, okay, you're throwing all these little things out, so I'll get them. And if I don't catch them, tough shit. Like, it's really funny. He's almost like 2 different people. Like, he has this straightforward side here, the military side that he's showing me, and he's very tough and very fair and very hard, if that makes sense. Okay, so you understand that too. Was it a joke? Like, did he have a lot? Because I don't feel like this is fat. I don't know if this is like bloated or what. But it was funny. Like, when he was showing me this, it was funny to him. I don't know why. So I don't know if he made jokes about it or what. Or if he just wanted to see if I'd actually catch it. But it's like he's 2 different people. the super like military chop, chop, chop. It has to be this way. And at the same time, this like absolute goofball. He's not showing me his face. He's not showing me anything up here wise. I just keep seeing in here, which makes sense. Okay. So he made jokes about it then, because when he showed it to me, it was like comical to him. Like he thought it was funny. Okay, that makes sense. I'm glad it made sense to you. I knew that was coming. I don't understand I don't understand this house symbolism. Like it's literally a house. He won't show me the house. I just keeps like there's a lot of things in here that are house symbolism. Okay, what's up with you? Because as I'm talking about the house thing, it's like I felt like somebody just she brought her toy and threw it at me. Somebody just like dropped something down through my head right here. Like, are you having like really bad headaches? Like, what's going on? Because the home thing, I'm concentrating on. I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to tell me about the home thing, and then I felt that. So I don't know who's having the headaches there. He's concerned about it. So don't fuck around with that. Go get checked out. Okay. You have been okay. He's concerned about it. I don't understand the home symbolism. Like he just keeps showing me the house, the home, the house, the home, the house, the home. Belkin, that's my little ma'am. Yeah, play with your toy. Okay, so the house thing makes sense too. Okay. Because he just, yeah, I just kept, house, home, like I kept seeing that. Okay. I assume that that's worked out. I don't feel like he's worried about it, but he's worried about it. If that makes sense. What's up with the bird symbolism? I'm not understanding. Like he keeps pointing me back to the bird symbolism in here. And it's not just the eagle, it's the bird symbolism. I don't know if you've been having them visit you, if there's certain ones that are visiting you, or if there's a certain one that reminds you of him that you're seeing all the time. I feel like this is, yeah. So my hair's standing on end. So that's how I usually know I'm right. Whatever the bird symbolism is that you keep seeing that remind you of him, that is him putting them in your path. It's almost like, hi. And I have a feeling a little bit of it is messing with you too. I don't know, like in a funny way. Like in a funny way. He's doing it to mess with you too. Like oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Like he's funny. You know what I mean? You know, when you send things as a personal joke, like just to kind of jack somebody's time, day up or whatever. That's what these are. They're literally just hi. I'm just going to poke at you a little bit, like that kind of stuff. I'm just going to poke at you a little bit. Okay, that makes sense. Got you. So who is this? Who is this? Is this grandpa? Is this your dad? Like who is this? Because you obviously know who this is that I'm talking about. He's an interesting guy. And is this who you were kind of hoping to hear from? Your dad? Is this who you were hoping to hear from? I would like you to work. Oh, I'm sorry, sugar. Well, I mean, he didn't go anywhere. He didn't go anywhere. He's still obviously still there. So, well, I'm so glad that I could let you know that he's still messing with you. That he's still like poking at you a little bit. So I hope that helped a little bit, Bitsy Boo. So did he call you kid? Like what's that? Because, or did he call other people that? Like I don't understand that symbolism in it, but I'm not meant to, I guess. No real message, just he just wanted me to point out the bird symbolism. Sometimes that's their way of getting you to notice it so they can kind of point you the right way. Does that make sense? He called everyone kid or kiddo. Okay. I have to force myself to not say, oh, I don't understand what that is. I'm not supposed to understand what that is. It's not for me to understand. A lot of times when they show me something like he said with the birds, or like he kept showing me with the birds, it's so you will pay attention, so he can kind of physically guide you one way or the other, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. And I noticed the birds you said, and most of those are like red, white, and blue birds. So I'm just saying. That's how he gets your attention. So my mom does it through music. So there's one specific song, and I'm always like, hi, Mom, especially when I hear it at a weird time on a channel it shouldn't play on. Yeah. You're welcome so much, Sweet Pea. I'm so glad that I could be the messenger there for you. He's a really interesting guy. He's really funny. All right, Miss Zoe. Have I pulled you before, Zoe? Oh, thank you, Bitsy. I like doing it this way, like with the break in between. It's hard to pull that information. Harder to pull that information. All right, Miss Zoe, I got you. You ready? Ow, shit, fuck. Ow. Laying like fresh tattoo across spiky cards is not something I'm going to recommend to the masses. Just saying what I'm saying. Zoe, Saturn's affecting so much shit in your life right now. All right, you ready? Oh, that one's so pretty. Thank you, Miss Christine. So your Saturn is in your first house, in the self. It is. I pulled your chart. I find this interesting. I pulled your chart and I cast it to now, like so I could look at what's going on right now at 8:11 and 18 seconds. So 8:11:18. I'm just saying. Anyway, sorry. That's interesting. Let's talk about this first. Your Saturn is directly tied to your Mercury and your Venus, both in Cancer. Girl, nobody needs to argue with or fuck with anybody that Zoe cares about. I'm just saying, not a good idea. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because not only is her Mercury, so her Mercury is, I fucked up my thing here. Hang on. Her Mercury is in her organization, work habit, etc. in that house, in the 6th house. And it's in Cancer, meaning she is all about the emotional zinger. Okay. But her Venus is in the 5th house in Cancer. The 5th house is all about like romance and love and so on. So this also means, Zoe, that you are falling in love with all kinds of shit. Just deep diving into it. You are super in the feels about all of this, super in the all the way in or all the way out. What's interesting too is that your Saturn is tied into your lot of spirit, which is in the 12th house, which is karma. It's endings. It's where you're going. It's also tied in with your Neptune and your Uranus, which are all about your goals, your hopes, your fantasies, like, things like that. Both of those are in Capricorn. Both of those are also in retrograde. One is in your 12th house. One is in your 11th house. So, Zoe, everything you're going through right now and everything you're going to be going through, let me forward this a month or two and let me see what's up here. Oh. Everything you're going through right now karmically has to happen, is supposed to be happening, including me melting away with my heater right there. Thank you, love. In a month from today, well, a little less than a month, your Mercury is going to move into Leo, meaning you're going to be all about the drama and all about telling people how it is, and all about either all or nothing with work. The fact that it's also tied in with your Saturn and your Venus still, you must use this power for good. You must use this power for good. You can use this to your benefit, truthfully, to your benefit. I know I always pick on Cancers and Leos. I can't help it. Y'all crack me up. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Everything going on right now in your love life, everything going on right now with the words coming out of your face, everything going on with how you're communicating with both family and friends, and then work-wise, it all has to happen karmically this way. And I said it that way particularly because I have a feeling there's been a lot of things that have been said. Thank you, love. I have a feeling there's a lot of things that have been said that you're like, ooh, shouldn't have said that. You felt bad in the moment, and then later you're like, I'm glad I said it now. I'm not saying that this is a blanket. You can say whatever, but it's kind of a blanket. You need to say the things that you need to say. Don't be holding back. This also tells me that you've been that person that's held back saying what needs to be said just to make sure that everybody's happy. Don't do that. Don't do that. You need to be standing up for yourself. This is something karmically your soul has to overcome. And it's going to suck a little bit until you get the hang of it, and then there's not going to be any stopping you. These other two things being in Capricorn and both being in retrograde mean that right now you're kind of adrift, like I'm not quite sure goal-wise what I want to do, where I want to go, etc. So Don't stress about it. It's all right. You don't have to know where you're going. You don't have to have a plan for when you grow up. I promise. I don't have a plan for when I grow up. So it's all good. It's all good. Don't stress about it. Know that a lot of the things that are happening right now are happening so they can be ended karmically for you. Okay? Does that make sense, Miss Zoe? It's an interesting chart going on with you, girl. It's interesting. All right, let me see who's next here. Oh, this, like, every time moves the list back. I'm like, stop doing that shit. Stop it. Miss Ashley Shields. I might pull your chart before Ashley. Let me look. We about to find out. I guess I can look first, huh? I have not. Squeaky clean chart. In a pickle. All right, gal. Let's look here. So when I look at your chart, when I pull it up, every one of your placements is in your first 6 houses. I mean, and there's a straight line between your Saturn and your Venus. It's interesting. They both sit directly in the middle. Okay. I noticed it because A, it was cool. And B, when I move it to now, your Saturn is shifted down into your 6th house, but it's also directly in line with your lot of spirit, which is in your 12th house. So your Saturn's in your 6th house. It's in retrograde for everybody right now, pretty much. It's in your Aquarius. And it being in the 6th house, I keep doing the elbow farts. Sorry. This is your work ethic. It's tied directly into your lot of spirit, which is in your 12th house, and it's in Leo. Your lot of spirit is where your spiritual gifts lie. Being that it's tied directly into your Saturn, which is in retrograde, tells me that you're having a problem hammering down what your gifts are. Your lot of spirit being in the 12th house tells me that, and this is going to sound weird when I say it, but I'll try to elaborate. Your spiritual gifts lie in helping things move forward, helping things end and begin again, it's almost like being able to see what needs to happen for a situation to be over with, like clairvoyance, basically. Well, yeah, like clairvoyance. So be paying a lot of attention to your dreams, be paying a lot of attention to the things you just suddenly know, be paying a lot of attention to like ideas and thoughts that you know are not yours. Does that make sense? Not saying you're hearing voices, but I hope that made sense. Your spiritual gifts are really trying to come through, but the fact that they're tied directly to Saturn, which is in retrograde in your chart right now, tells me that you're having a hard time doing that. The other things that Saturn is tied into is your Mercury as well. And I just realized this, like it's showing your Mercury is in your 3rd house, but it's not showing it in the 3rd house. Why? Is everything? Oh, because everything's packed right there. Okay. That's just so fucking weird. It's just so weird. So your Mercury is actually in your 2nd house, but like when you watch this on YouTube and you're looking at your chart, you're like, no, it's in the 3rd, but 3 isn't showing. It's because there's so many things packed right there and the symbols are too big. So it pushed it over into the third. It's not actually in your third house. Your Mercury is in your second house. So your second house has to do with money, with work, with income. Your Saturn is also in a work ethic house and in retrograde in Aquarius, meaning you're overthinking every single thing there is to overthink about your job, your money, your finances, where you're going to go from here. I will say, though, stop stressing. If you were to stop stressing about this and you were just to say, you know what? The universe is going to bring whatever it is I need. It would be amazing. And you would move forward faster than you ever realized you could move forward. Because your Saturn is also tied into your sun sign and your Jupiter. Both are in Libra for balance. This is who you are and your personal power, both tied in karmically to your communication, your work ethic, and your spiritual gifts. Stop stressing so much about those things and just let it be what it is. Let the universe move you, mold you, whatever it is it needs to do. Just let it happen, okay? That's how you beat the retrograde. That's how you become this powerhouse that you're dying to be. Okay, Miss Ashley, does that make sense? Oh, I'm so sorry that you got laid off, babe. I am so sorry. My plate is going to end up not being a good plate. I just realized I'm like, that's kind of bowing a little bit. All right. Let's see here. I got Christine Newton next. This is a mediumship read, Miss Christine. Instead of turning my heater on and baking myself, I probably ought to just go get one of the 50 hoodies that I have. My arm keeps itching right there, and it's the weirdest fucking thing. Oh, good Lord. Okay. So this is like super strong energy, super strong lady energy. Very matter of fact, came like rushing in. But what's funny is even though this is a very strong energy, it's very measured at the same time. Like this is absolutely the matriarch of the family here. She pulled the ancestral wisdom card. She also pulled a lot of things that speak about being a guide, about the universe being your guide. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. Okay. But I feel like it's weird. I want to say that this feels like a grandmother energy, but I don't feel that's correct completely. So I don't know if this is like an aunt, a great aunt, someone that they're almost like a grandmotherly role. I hope that made sense. Anyway, this lady is like super measured in her responses, super, super strong, super connected. Like she knew all of her family line. Like, I would not be surprised to know if she did a lot of genealogy. Because she pulled the unmarked trail card, but it's upside down. She pulled the ancestors card. She pulled the caretaker of the lost. She pulled all kinds of different symbolism, as in, I know where everyone is going. I'm going to tell everyone where everybody is going. It's really funny. But the thing that's really cool here is the message itself that she pulled. Y'all get to watch me try to get comfy. Yep, I'm in my Medusa sweatpants. Y'all got me in my sweatpants. She pulled a lot of these guide cards. Like, I have this feeling that she's been guiding you. She's been nudging, moving, pushing you. You know what I mean? Like, and every single card she pulled, especially the ones about guiding you, have this interesting yellow look. See? They have this interesting yellow spot in the middle, almost like the sunshine, like that guiding light. I have a feeling she's been guiding you for a while, and I don't think you even realized she was guiding you. It's like that little nudge. There's a lot of 3 symbolism here too. Balance. There's those, the little nudges that happen, and then you're like, you instantly think of somebody that's passed away. That's exactly what happens here. She's nudging you forward, nudging you here, nudging you there. And then you start thinking about her, and you haven't, for some reason, put the 2 and 2 together, that she's been nudging you forward. I have a feeling that she's doing it the way she's doing it because I think when she was here, everybody thought she was nagging. Do this, do this, do this, do this. Like, she really would kind of nag a little bit. And I don't think it was that. She could just, it's almost like she could see where people needed to go on their path. And telling you guys where you need to go on your path was, it was like a big no-no. I need something to fiddle with while I read. I have a feeling she took a lot of backlash from your mom your mom over this, over like always telling, do this, don't do this, like always telling her what to do. So what I find interesting is that she's been doing this with you, but in a very gentle, poking you a long way. There's also a smell. It's like got a hint of rose to it. So I don't know if this is a perfume, I feel like it's a perfume, because I feel like whatever this smell is, it's very light. It's very florally. I can smell that rose underneath. Whatever this is something that you smell randomly here or there. This is her. I think this is perfume. And I think when you smell it, you know exactly what it is. You associate the smell with her. It is her saying hi. It is her making you pause and shift. Because when we have something like that happen, when we smell our father's cologne, our mom's perfume, our grandma's perfume, whatever it is, we stop in that moment and we're like, oh, I miss my grandma. I miss my dad, whatever. Like, we stop in that moment. It's a hard break for our brain. That's what she's doing with that. Like, I'm not going to say she's using it as manipulation, but she's using it as manipulation to get you to stop and pivot, stop and do something. Like, she's really intelligent. I have a feeling that she's been gone for a while because she knows exactly how to use different things to get you to do or to go wherever it is you need to go for your highest good. So when people pass away, they're privy to a hell of a lot more information than we're privy to here. They can see where our path is supposed to go. Some of them use it in a good way, like this, to help you know where you're supposed to go. Some of them use it in a bad way. And then some of them don't have a clue how to use it. Everybody communicates differently. Everybody communicates differently. So, Christine, I don't know if you're here, and I don't know if you recognize who this is or not. All of my hearing is plugged up over here, so I keep doing that. Whatever the symbolism is with the little yellow, I don't know if it's a stone. I don't know if it's a flame. I don't know what it is. It's something little and yellow that you see all the time. I don't know if it's something of hers that you got, a pendant, a bracelet, a necklace, a ring, whatever it is. But it has a unique symbolism to her. Like she keeps bringing me back to that. So hopefully you understand what that is, or you're going to say something to the person who will understand it. She's very particular with how she communicates. I fully appreciate it. I fully appreciate it. So you know what I'm talking about? You see lights and orbs. Is that you, Christine? Do you know who I'm talking about? Or do you know who this is? Okay. So who is this? Your grandma. Okay, so I was right when I got that grandma feeling. It just was weird. Like, did she not act like a grandma? Because even though like I said, I got that feeling at first, but I was like, it's weird though. Not weird, different. It's just different. You guys had a different relationship. Oh, she didn't like to be called grandma. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Because I was like, it's so weird. Like, I want to say grandma, but I don't. So you knew exactly. You knew exactly how I was talking about when I said that then, didn't you? It made her feel old. I had a grandmother like that. She was Mimi, though. You had to call her Mimi. You weren't allowed to call her grandma or granny or whatever. My other grandma, we called her granny. I called her granny. She didn't care. Well, she's guiding you along, sweet pea. She's guiding you along. And I love that you understood what I was talking about with the little yellow light. I love that you understood that. Oma, I love that. That's awesome. Your grandbaby's calling you Mimi. That's awesome. All right, let me see here. How many I've got here? I'm trying to space them out. You know what I mean? Like where I do a couple of these, one of these, couple of these, one of these. Because it helps my brain to have that break. Yeah. Why are you doing this? Okay. All right then. All right then. Tara, I know I pulled your birth chart for you. I'm gonna go grab a hoodie real quick. Otherwise I'm gonna burn up. I'm gonna burn up if I don't. That made no sense. I'm gonna grab a hoodie because I'm gonna burn up if I don't. like I'm either too hot or too cold. There's no in between. Hi, Miss Belkini. What you doing? What you doing, sugars? Hi, what you doing? Got all the doggy smooches. Okay. All the doggy smooches. I loves my girl. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see her. I know you guys on YouTube can't see her, and I'm sorry. So, yeah. That's my sweet girl. Huh. Yeah. My sweet girl. I think she just blew my kisses off. I think she just blew my kisses off. Did y'all hear that? I don't know if Donna's on or not right now to hear that. I just got my kisses blown off. All right, Tara. I'm pretty sure I pulled yours. Mm-hmm. Hey, Donna, how are you? How's your foot? Wow. Aren't you a little beacon right now, Tara? No, I'm sorry, girlie. Donna had the ice beat her up. Yeah. Hi, sugar. I'm just getting the armpit love, apparently. All the armpit love. Yeah. I wish you were just a little tinier. You could sit in my lap like the littles do. But for right now, you guys can see the snooters. I loves her face. I loves her face. All right, Tara. Otherwise, I'm going to be like, look at the dog. Look at the dog. Huh. Yeah. Where's your toy? Where's your toy? Go find your toy. Oh, I don't know where your toy is. It's not up here. This is up here, though. Would you like this? Yeah, you would. Okay. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Was that good? Monster cheese is the best. Yeah. All right. Back to the focus. Tara. All right. Oh, love. Your Saturn is in Sagittarius in the 4th house, which is your foundation. And now she's going to put cheese on my floor. Now she's going to put cheese on my floor. Well, I don't think she's telling me to check my sugar. But since y'all are worried about it, let's check my sugar. It's okay, I promise you. I know it's not going down because I'm not shaky. And it's not too bad because my alarm's not going off. Really, girl? Really? We got to teach you how to gag correctly. Ugh, that's how you gag. All right. All right. Tara's like sitting here waiting patiently. Yeah, I'm checking it for you guys. Oh, okay. It is a little high. 192. So I'll drink some water. I'll drink water, ma'am. You are not getting any more cheese because you just did the weird sound. So no. No. All right. Tara. Your Saturn is directly tied into your moon right now, which is in Gemini in your 10th house. Your Saturn is actually not in retrograde in your chart right now. Meaning you're dealing with a lot of emotions, a lot of trauma, a lot of getting past things that are holding you back shadow wise. The 10th house is all about your goals, your structure, loss. The 4th house is foundation. So the Sagittarius, the fire sign, is causing you to burn through a lot of this shadow work. Y'all stop. It's causing you to burn through a lot of this shadow work, meaning that you're kind of overwhelmed with it at the moment. I'm going to say this. Don't push yourself too hard with it, okay? But seeing that your Saturn is in Sagittarius, along with where your sun sign sits right now, and along with your Mercury, which is in retrograde, telling me that you're having a problem doing all the wordy words for the shadow work. You're getting shoved into the shadow work. I'm sorry. It's a lot karmically to deal with when it's tied into your moon. And being that that's in Gemini, you're going to be really hard on yourself over it. Don't push yourself too hard. It's not going to matter. The universe is going to shove it on you anyway. The universe is going to shove the shadow on you anyway. Have something that will help you ground yourself back here. And know that having your words not working correctly is going to be an issue right now. Try not to push yourself too hard with the shadow work tarot, okay? Okay? Make yourself take a break. You can tell the universe, hey, I need 5 minutes. I need 5 minutes. Okay? No. Otherwise, it's going to burn you out. It's going to burn you out, honey, okay? Tell the universe to ease up on you for a little bit, because seeing that tells me that it's been hitting you super hard, and I'm sorry. It's not fair. It's not fair. The universe is kind of a dick sometimes. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Okay, why is this doing this? So every time I log over here onto this, my list, right? It changes my fucking list. It tries to go back to alphabetical order. And I'm like, stop it. Because I have like my first 5 and then I do them in ticket order. It's pissing me off. Pissing me off. All right. Now I'll drink water, you guys. Jesus. All right. Jennifer Avery. Have I pulled a chart for you? Let's find out. So my eye's been twitching since yesterday. It's fun. I have. What? Okay, wait. Let me make sure. I have. Yeah. Ooh, I knew that was coming. Whoa. Okay. I don't see this very much. So if you guys go over to YouTube, and I'm going to tell you exactly what time. If you guys go over to YouTube at, of course, 113 in, you're going to see exactly what I mean. Or if you go over to YouTube right now, you're going to see. What I'm looking at here is Jennifer's 9th and 3rd houses take up 60% of her chart. They are humongous. The other ones are little. Her 10th, 11th, and 12th, 6th, 5th, and 4th, yawn, are squished like this. Because those, god damn, those 2 houses are massive. So when they're massive like that, they encompass multiple signs instead of just maybe 1 or 2. That's insane. Don't get me wrong. Looks cool as fuck. So I'm looking at your Saturn, because if I don't get off of that, I'm going to be like, oh my God, that's cool. Look at this, blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking, I'm looking at your Saturn. Your Saturn is in your 7th house right now, and it's in Gemini. It is not in retrograde for you. Your 7th house is all about relationships. It's like interpersonal communication, style, etc. It's tied in with a lot. It's tied in with a lot. It's tied in with 3 different things that are in your 3rd house that are all in different signs. We're going to talk about that first. Because your 3rd house is your way of thinking. It's your mind. So you have your interpersonal relationships, which is where your karma is sitting right now. And then you have these 3 major things, which are sitting in your mind house, my mind palace. The first one is your Mars, which is your passion, your lust, your anger. That's in Aquarius. The second one is your moon, which is in Pisces. The third one is your Mercury, which is in Aries. That's a lot of energy right there. That's a lot of crazy ass, all over the place energy. There's no earth to ground any of this. And then to top it off, you have your Saturn tied in with your Neptune and your lot of spirit, both in Libra. All this air means that you are overthinking everything about all of these interpersonal relationships. Oh, girl, you are so far in your own head right now. It's almost like you're in a completely different universe. At least it's not in retrograde. At least it's not in retrograde. But here's the problem. You're overthinking everything about what you say, how you're saying it. You're overthinking everything about trauma, damage, anger, emotions. And then you're building up this ball of anger inside, but you're not wanting to let it out yet because that Mars is sitting in Aquarius. And then you have your lot of spirit in Libra in the 9th house, which is all about wisdom and philosophy. Baby, I just want to hug the fuck out of you right now. I just want to hug the fuck out of you right now. I don't even know a good answer to tell you on how to stop overthinking everything, because the universe has everything aligned where you're just going to overthink literally every fucking thing right now. The good thing is your lot of spirit up there tells me that your clairs are on point right now. Your clairs are on point right now. Trust them. Trust your gut. Trust your dreams. Trust the things you just know. Trust the feelings. Trust all of that, okay? Trust all of that weird frou-frou spiritual shit, whatever. Whatever whoever calls it around you. Trust it, okay? It will keep you on the right path right now. It's tied in with your Saturn, okay? It's tied in with your karma. Because all of this overthinking and all of these other things has to happen right now. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a lot, and the universe is being a dick to you, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, thank you, Miss Trina. Jennifer, I'm sorry, sweetie. Yeah. I didn't say that all of this was going to be like these great frou-frou reads. I'm so sorry. It is what it is. All right, Miss Donna. I'm going to drink some water. I swear I felt like I was 5. I'm fine. I'll drink water, Mom. Sorry. All right. Miss Donna. All right. Whew, that was 3. Whoever's keeping track. So there's 2 here. There's 2. Okay. The lady's kind of in the background. I'm going to try to talk about her first and then last, if that makes sense. She's kind of in the background. It's like she's always there. She's always guiding you, but for some reason, she's taking a step back right now for this other person. We'll talk about them in a second. She doesn't want to show. Okay. She's like pushing this other person forward. But I will tell you that with her, there's a lot of giving, a lot of generosity, a lot of let me do this, let me do this, let me do like doing this for you, doing that for you. You know what I mean? Like somebody that just did things as a way of showing their way of caring. So instead of telling you all the time how much she loved you or whatever, it's like she would just do the things for you. The reason that I wanted to talk about her first, even though she's pushing this other person forward, is because she also pulled up the empty well card, meaning that she knows and she sees the drain that's going on. And I don't feel like I need to say too much more than that, because I have a feeling that this person, this lady, visits you a lot in your dreams. So I'm hoping that here in a minute, I can get a little more from her, because she's just pushing this other person forward. The other person. All the cards that he pulled are blue. All of them. He also pulled cards in succession, number-wise. He also pulled the Fate card. Everything in his cards also has wings attached to them. And trying to get him to come forward, it's like a wall. So here's how I'm taking this, because when there's one that's pushing someone else forward, this is someone that hasn't figured out how to communicate yet. There's a learning curve. There's a learning curve. Some people get it right away. Some people, it takes a while before they know or figure out how to communicate. So the fact that she's pushing him forward tells me that he hasn't learned how to communicate yet. I'm going to yawn. There it is. Knew that was coming. He hasn't learned how to communicate yet. In fact, he doesn't even really understand how to communicate with me, because the only thing that I can get from him, aside from the symbolatry here, is a beard. Is the only thing I can get from him. So, and it's not that he doesn't want to communicate. It's not that he can't communicate. It's that he just hasn't figured out how is best for him. So sometimes some of them communicate best through electronics. Some of them communicate best through dreams or smells or a symbol like a bird, an eagle or a squirrel or something like that. He hasn't figured that out yet. He doesn't know. It's like he hasn't gone through that class yet. But I keep getting brought back to the fate card. Like every time I try to focus over here. So I draw anchor cards to help me anchor down the person, right? And then these other cards, certain things just glow. And I'm like, okay, this is important. This is important. That's important. I keep getting pushed back to the fate card, back to the fate card, back to the fate card. So okay, I don't understand that. So I'll tell you. I was about to talk about this card, and then the next thing I see is it's a tire. It's a tire with a rim in it, and it's like I don't know. I associate it with cars from like the 90s, I guess. I don't know. But it's like, the rims that had, it's not the 5-star, but they had 6 spokes, I guess. And they're about like this, but they're just like kind of plain silver. It's like a stock rim. But for some reason, I'm seeing it. So instead of this wheel sitting straight up or down, it's sitting at an angle. It's sitting at an angle like that. I don't understand that. Because I see the tire with the rim in it, and it's like a brand new tire with a brand new rim. But it's like this. I don't know what that means. Like the tire's leaning up against something. I don't know what that means. Okay. He just keeps showing it to me. So I don't know if you understand the tire. I don't know if you understand the tire. But now I want to go back to the fate card, and he's like, keeps showing me his tire. He keeps showing me the tire. I mean, it's exactly at like this angle. Something is holding him back from communicating, but I don't think it's going to hold back long. So I'm just going to say this. When he starts to communicate, it's going to be almost overwhelming. And you need to be prepared for that, because a lot of times when they figure out how to communicate, they overwhelm. They overwhelm because they're so fucking excited that they're like, oh my God, I can do this now. And if you're open to receive it, this is for all of you, okay? For all of you guys that have somebody that passed away. For a while, you may not hear from them for a while. You may not hear from them for a while. When you do, if it takes them a while to figure out how to communicate, they will overwhelm you. They will absolutely like overwhelm you. So be ready for that. Be ready for that. Intense dreams. Dreams that you don't want to wake up from because you're so happy hanging out with them again. the lady is still standing back here. Like she has pushed him forward and she's still standing like way back here. But with her, she brings me back to this empty well card over here again. In that she is worried that you're scraping the bottom of the well. I'm putting it nicely because she's not being as nice. She's being a little blunt with it. You're scraping the bottom of the well. Stop it. So now I'm getting brought back to the fate card. Things that have happened lately have happened for a reason because you're scraping the bottom of the well. It's so funny. She's worried about you, but her way of worrying about you is to be hard on you. I don't know who she is, but it's awesome. It's funny. That's how my grandpa was. His way of worrying about you was to be harder on you. She does give me a much older vibe. Somebody probably from the Great Depression era. But she's worried. And now I'm curious. It's almost like I heard the word pushed, and I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. It does to me, but I'm hoping it does to you. Take a break. Take a break. I will tell you too that now he communicates a slight bit more, and I was just pointed to this other card to tell you this. First of all, I need to point out again that the numbers are in succession. The numbers are important. They're in succession. It's funny. They're 59, 50, and 49. They're like, I don't know why I have to point that out to you, but I have to point it out to you. So the other card is movement toward adventure. And it's not you that's going on the adventure. It's him that's on the adventure. And that's why there hasn't been a lot of communication yet. It's almost like going to the coolest place ever and wanting to explore and have an adventure and see what all is there before you can communicate. If that makes sense. There's an excitement here. And then I get pointed back to the fate card again. And then I got pointed to, maybe, I'm hoping I can describe this right. Okay, let me try to describe it right because I saw it like perfectly right there. Okay. It's like I assume the brim and the top part of the hat. Okay. The bill and the brim of the hat. And it's like, it's angled white. And there we go. It's like that way. Part of it's black and part of it's white. And I don't know if there's like a checkered part right here, like black and white or black and red and yellow. I don't understand the checkered part, but like that. But I keep seeing the black and white part. He keeps showing me the checkered, and I don't understand that, but I don't know if you do. But he was showing me that specifically. So I don't know if you know what that is. Is it checkered? It's like I keep seeing red and yellow, like red, yellow, black, and white check. What is the check? I don't understand. Black, white. There's an angle on it, but what's the? He keeps showing me right here. It's like red, yellow. Is it checkered? Like that? I don't know why he keeps. It's almost like, when you look at something and it's pixelated. There we go. I couldn't words. And it's pixelated to me for some reason, but it's like these little squares. So I don't know if maybe he just doesn't know how to show it to me yet or what, but I keep seeing those colors. Red, yellow, black, white. So hopefully you know what that is. Okay. So you know what it is. Okay. All right. So there you go. There you go. That makes sense? Oh, who's the lady? Who's the lady? You're welcome, honey. Oh. Okay. Has she been gone for a little while? And was she kind of pushy? Because she pushed him forward. Go do this right now. Okay, that's a while. Yeah. That's a while. Okay, gotcha. Super pushy. Sorry. That's funny. So let me see here. Looking at all of these things here. All right, Miss Andrea Norris. I'm pretty sure I pulled your chart. Let's look. There you are. Oh, you're welcome. How are you, Barb? You all right? You good? Making Donna sit on her butt as much as you can? I think making Donna sit on her butt's like making me sit on my butt. Hey, how are you, girl? All right. Yes, my store link should be on my link tree. Yeah. Woo, Andrea, your Saturn's in Capricorn right now. A lot of y'all have your Saturn tied to your moon. What the fuck? What the fuck? All right. Your Saturn's in retrograde. It's in Capricorn. And it's in your 8th house, which is your intimate house. It's your intimate house. Telling me you're having some issues with your love life. It's also directly in line with your moon, which is in your 2nd house, which is it's your money house. It's also directly in line with your Mars, which is in Virgo. I almost said Virgo. I hate that it's like a little M. Like, why can't we just have the actual letter? Your Mars, which is in Virgo, in your 4th house, which is your foundation. And all of those are also tied into your Jupiter, which is also in retrograde, but it's in Aquarius. Girl. Holy crap. This is a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit. All right. Everything with your love life is fucked up right now for a reason, karmically. It is what it is. Let's just say it that way. It is what it is for right now. So don't stress about it. You have a lot of things that you have to work out shadow work wise. Your moon's also in Cancer right now. Thank you, Sandy. Your moon's also in Cancer right now. You have a lot of things you have to work out shadow-wise for your own personal power, to take back your own personal power before everything can be done with the love life aspect. You also have a lot of things that deal with your personal, with your money, with your finances, with where you're going, with your goals, with all of that, that you have to deal with before the love aspect. So here's what I would say. Go out and just have fun. Don't stress about dating, having a serious relationship, being married. Don't stress about any of that shit. Let whatever is in your life right now be what it is. Just let it be what it is. It is not your focus. Now, if you have somebody in your life right now, I'm not saying like just completely ignore them, but it's not your focus. Just saying what I'm saying. Not your focus. Your passion, your drive, and owning your own personal power is your focus right now. That is what karmically is holding you back, is owning your own personal power. Let me look at something real quick. Your Jupiter is tied in directly with your Mars. If you can own your personal power, everything that has to do with your foundation and that love aspect will just fall into place. It will just fall into place. It doesn't help you that your Mercury is in Leo right now, meaning that you are the drama. You are the drama when it comes to communicating right now. You are either telling everybody exactly how it is or just shutting the fuck up. There's no in between. Because it's in your third house, which is your mind. It's not tied in with your Saturn or anything. I just thought it was funny that it's there and you're having these issues right now. It's funny. It is what it is. Just let it be what it is, you know? Just roll with it. Just roll with it. The good thing is that your Venus is not tied to anything. And I say that that's a good thing because it's in Cancer. You would be all over everything and everybody if this was tied to something. Now, you can use this to your advantage. Because your Venus is in your second house where your moon is, and that's your money house, you can use it to find your goals and your focus and fall in love with them. So, just saying. Use it to your advantage. Use it to your advantage. Oh, I hate it when it does this stupid shit. I have to redo the list every time. It's killing me. All right, Sean. Have I pulled your chart? Oh, thank you for the corgi booty. Thank you, Miss Kathy Pooh. That's so pretty. I always expect something to come up out of the grass. You know what I mean? So what's funny is with the Leos, every Leo I know, including the 2 I've raised, technically 3 I've raised, they are, it's like super reserved and calm until they're not. They're super happy to do everything for everybody to their own detriment until they're not. And when they're not, it's like super just them. Super just them. I love me some Leos. Please don't get me wrong. I love me some Leos. And I think it's because I've raised 3 Leos that every time I'm around a Leo, no matter if you're like 90 years older than me, I'm going to mom you. I'm going to mom you. I've raised 3 Leos. I'm going to mom you. I'm going to mom you. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. I have not pulled Sean's chart. Oh my God, it did it again. Whew. You bitch. Okay. It's funny. Y'all can't tell me it's not a little funny. And you know I'm right. Man, is it supposed to rain? Is it supposed to rain here? Like my whole sinuses are plugged up right here and I'm kind of over it right now. And I'm also tired of it raining. Is it really supposed to rain? Is that what this bullshit is? I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done with it. Is it really? I'm tired of it raining. That was so whiny. I'm sorry. I'm tired of it raining. All right, Sean. Because like I was trying to figure out like what's up with this. So one of the things that Donna trained Belkin for me was to help with the seizure aspect. So when she comes up and she's pushing on me, putting her head on me and stuff like that, then I'm like, am I gonna have a seizure? What you talking about? What you doing? So yeah, usually with the sugar aspect, she whines. I've noticed that she whines. Like I can't even concentrate. My whole head up in here is just like filled with cotton and shit. All right, Sean. All right, Sean. Oh, honey. Your Saturn is in your 9th house, which is your wisdom and philosophy, and it's in Aries, and it's in retrograde. But it's not tied into anything. It is just literally floating up here by itself. And what's really cool is that, actually, never mind. Don't listen to me. That was when you were born. That was when you were born. Don't listen to me. What's really cool, though, is when I look at your chart, this is why it caught me off guard. When I look at your chart, there's an L in your chart, like literally an L. It's crazy. You'll see it on there. So let's look at this now. All right. Your Saturn is still in Aries, but it's not in retrograde right now. If you guys were born during a retrograde, say you're born during Mercury retrograde. When Mercury retrograde happens, your communication is going to be on point. You're going to feel normal, fantastic, like nothing is wrong. It's when it's not in retrograde that you feel all fucked up. So that's a thing. It says, no, that's a thing. Because you were born under it. It's normal for you. It's where your soul came into the world. So Sean, his Saturn is in Aries still. It's in the 7th house now, though, which is relationships, business partners, equality, things like that. But it's in Aries. It is tied to 2 different things. The first thing it's tied to is your Venus, which is in Pisces, which is, it's barely on the line over your 6th house, which that is health, it's fitness, it's your body. And then it's also tied in with where your sun sign sits right now, which is in Capricorn. And it's in your 4th house, which is foundations. So karma is affecting you in a deep way right now. in a good way, but you're not taking it as a good way. You're so used to it being flipped upside down in a bad way that when the good things happen, you take them as bad. You are really having your foundation set firmly right now. Having a sun sign in Capricorn is a knuckle down, workaholic, almost cold way of looking at things sometimes. Very logical way of looking at things. It is smack dab in the middle of your 4th house, which is your foundation. Having your Venus in Pisces and Pisces. So since you're a dude, masculine Pisces are very much like Capricorns in that they overthink everything. They don't make a decision until they're 100% sure, like things like that. Having your Venus there means that you're having an interesting time trying to make decisions right now on your own health and moving forward and so on. You're like super focused on it. So you're researching everything and you're not about to make a decision unless you are 900% sure that that is going to help you health-wise. It's going to help you move forward with yourself. The 6th house is also your analytical nature. So you're overthinking everything with your health too right now. So be careful in that aspect because sometimes we can overthink it to the point that it stops us from doing anything because we're just like, well, this is what was recommended and this is what's the best for me. But if I were to look at it from this way and come up under it this way and this, like, you kind of talk yourself out of it, if that makes sense. But having your Saturn in Aries is causing you to want to push forward in a lot of things. Having that sun sign currently in Capricorn is forcing you to push forward in things. Like you are having a problem sitting still, meaning you're probably trying to do 6 things at the same time, which I get on a deep level. So yeah. Use it to your advantage. It just feels weird because you were born under a Saturn retrograde. And for you, currently, it's not in retrograde in your chart. Use all that to your advantage. Use that drive. Use that overactive research. Yeah. Do all of the things. Enjoy that push. I have a feeling it's probably something you haven't had in a while. And you miss it, but at the same time, you're like, this is tiring. This is tiring. So, yeah. Does that help? Well, I know somebody asked about watching this on YouTube here in a little bit. You absolutely can. I'm trying to get... fucked up my list again. Trying to get as many done as I can tonight because I didn't get these done last night. But I will tell you guys, I've been sick all day. I'm trying not to tap out, but I may have to. Why is this doing this? I don't understand. I hate this thing. I'm just going to tell you. I hate it. It is what it is, and I hate it. All right, Miss Andrea Wilson. I know I've pulled yours. There you are. The fuck? So I'm pulling up Andrea's chart, right? I have 3 different screens open, okay? Because I have like the charts here, I have my lists here, and then I have this other thing over here. Because even though I know all the houses, my brain hurts this evening. And so I'm like, all right, let me have this over here. I shit you not. I don't know what this thing over here was doing by itself, but it was doing this. I don't have my mouse over there. My mouse over here. Because I'm trying to pull up Andrew's chart. The fuck is going on right now? That right there. All right. Miss Andrea. All right, ready? Yes, Kathy, I do, honey. Your chart's really disproportionate right now. It's kind of interesting. Remember how earlier I was like, holy shit, like that ninth and that third house was taking up the most of the thing. Yours is similar, but not as bad. You just have like, so these wheels, bi-wheels, are split into fourths, right? Well, your poles, instead of being like this, yours are like this. So these here are huge and these here are little. Your Saturn currently is residing in your 11th house. It is in Pisces and it is in retrograde. So your 11th house is your social standing, your social awareness. It's tied directly in with your Venus and your Mars, which are both in your second house, which is your money house. Your Venus is in Gemini, but your Mars is in Cancer. Here's another one. It's also tied directly into your Mars and your Neptune, which are in Virgo, in your fifth house, which is your love house. So I find it funny that your two love signs are in your money house and two things that deal with your money are in your love house. So you literally are backwards. And being that your Saturn's in, oh, girl, no wonder. Okay. Being that those two are kind of backwards, and being that your Saturn is in retrograde and it's in your social standings, you feel like you have so much stuff going the wrong way. Because you do, but it's not really the wrong way. Does that make sense? You feel like it's all going the wrong way, but it's supposed to go this way. Whew. What I'm going to say is this. Love the money. Love the money. Your Venus and your Mars are in your second house. It's your money house. I mean, your Mars being in Cancer, you Cancers know exactly what I'm talking about here. Y'all tend to fall in love like that all the time. You love this, you love this, you love this, you love this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. Like you love or hate everything. Very all or nothing. Use those two signs being in your money house to push you forward. To push you forward with your goals, with your finances, etc. Use those other two signs being in your love house in Virgo to really pay attention and communicate correctly and very carefully when it comes to interpersonal relationships. Not just love, but interpersonal relationships. Because the way that Saturn is tied into those two signs in your fifth house isn't the strongest tie. It's not going to affect that stuff in a crazy bad way. So just be real careful before you speak. It's really a good time to start planning your goals. Like, babe, it really is. It's a good time to start planning your goals right now. You have all of that fire and that drive. You also have the focus in that Virgo placement for your Neptune. It's a perfect time for you to start planning goals and moving forward toward them. It's a great time for that. Even though it feels like everything's on upside down on its head. It's a perfect time. It's a perfect time. Okay. I would make some goals and I would start moving toward them. Yeah. That's what I would do. Use all that to your advantage. But I'm also a Capricorn, and I use everything to my advantage. So, yeah. You're in a good place to make a lot of really amazing career and financial moves right now, Andrea, sorry. Why did I say Andrea? Oh, because Angela Wilson. Angela Wilson is a vendor in my shop. There we go. Words are not my friend. So. All right. Why are you doing this? Okay. Thank you, love. Guys, I think what I'm going to do is finish up the rest of y'all tomorrow because I'm about halfway through both lists and I want to get all y'all caught up. But if you guys weren't here at the first of this, I was sick as fuck yesterday. So as you guys know, I've been working on finishing up my sleeve, right? And I've got the last 2 times I've gone, I've got, this big piece, that big piece. This time it was working down here because this is still healing. So we couldn't do the bingo wing back here, which I'm really worried about. It's going to hurt like motherfucker, but I digress. So we had to jump around a lot yesterday. And these other 2 pieces, I've sat for like 5 hours a piece. That's about how long I can handle. Well, almost 6 hours. And then my endorphins give out and I'm done. So last time I drove home and I was like, I'll never do that again. Well, I had a whole bunch of family stuff going on. I had a whole bunch of stuff and I had to drive home last night too. That's why I canceled my live last night because I was sick. I wasn't feeling good. So I got home about 10 and I put a little bit of food in my face, washed my makeup off, and I face planted in bed. And I didn't get up till almost 10 o'clock this morning. I was exhausted. And I still don't feel that great today. And knowing now that it's going to fucking rain, I see why. Because all day long, I have felt disconnected brain-wise. I should have checked the weather. I always check the weather. I didn't check the weather. So, I'm going to finish the rest of these tomorrow. After I've slept a little bit and my brain is not so brainy. Non-brainy? Non-brainy. So not brainy. Yeah. It really, oh God, it's spring forward tonight too. And I hate spring forward. I hate spring forward. The only thing I like about spring forward is that it doesn't get dark as early. Other than that, spring forward can take a hike. I hate spring forward. I like fall back because then I get extra hours of sleep. Spring forward can suck a butt. Period. So yeah. So my arm's a little swollen, a lot swollen, especially like right there. Can you see it? It's a lot swollen. And I'm just exhausted. So yeah. Yeah, I hate it. So I do, Laura. Yes, I do, honey. But I'm going to finish the rest of these tomorrow. So tomorrow, here's who I have on my mediumships. And I'll do it during the day. It won't be tomorrow night because tomorrow is Sunday, isn't it? So yesterday, I thought today was Sunday. And today, I feel like tomorrow is Saturday. The fuck. So I have Estelle, Jeff, Kathy, Laura, and Tara on my mediumships for tomorrow. And then I have Amanda and Keita, Megan, Margaret, Laura, Marva, Trina, Tiffany, Tammy, Corey, Deanna, and Brittany for tomorrow for Saturn and Karma reads. And I'm going to leave these up exactly how they are so I won't lose my